And so when I released comparing myself to other moms, it really made a big difference because truly our children are going to thrive when we love them fully, we're accepting, we're conscious, we're present, and we are aligned with our purpose. Not I'm sacrificing, I'm not doing any things, but like when we're our best self, that's where our kids are going to thrive the most. And so we want to release comparison. So that's another thing that really creates a lot of guilt. Hi there, it's Kelly Resendez, and welcome to my YouTube channel. Just certainly glad that you landed here today. And I'm going to dig into some ideas around female leadership that could potentially be a little controversial. I'm going to put that out there, but it's something that I wholeheartedly believe. And the reason why I believe it is because I've witnessed this in so many women over a period of time. And what I would say is that some of the largest barriers that are facing women in basically getting into the next level of their career and feeling aligned are not external. They're internal. And there are things that as women we can work on. And so what I believe is that there are a lot of external things that shape us, but the internal things are the ones that stop us. And I want to address one of those today because I know for myself, it's been, it was a challenge initially, especially being a female executive in a multi-billion-dollar company, simultaneously raising children as a single mom. And it plagued me for a while until I made a decision. And I made a decision to release this so that I could become more fully present, especially when I was with my kids. And that's guilt. So I believe that guilt holds us back in a lot of different ways. And the reason why I believe guilt holds us back is that it literally can consume us. Like rather than being able to be where we are, we're feeling like we're not enough. And we're feeling like no matter what I do, I have too many responsibilities. I might feel overwhelmed. I might feel like I could have done a better job or whatever it might be. So the reality is, no matter how great of an amazing parent you are, maybe you're practicing conscious parenting, maybe you've read and done all of the right things, we are still going to screw our kids up. Period. Whether you stay at home, you go to work, they go to daycare, they don't go to daycare, there is no perfection in parenting. And so that's the first thing that I want to lay out there is that we could do the best job that we could and our kids are still going to blame us for something, like period. There is no way around it. One of my big jokes with my kids was, I'm going to put money into your therapy account every single month from the time that you're born, because I know that at some point you're going to be laying on a couch talking about the one time that I picked you up late from school or whatever it might be. And so let's release the idea that there's anything that we can ever achieve that's perfection in parenting. And so a few other things that I would say that guilt comes hand in hand with is comparison. When we compare ourselves to other people, and for myself, again, being a working mom, if I were to compare myself to a lot of my amazing friends that stay at home, like, let's be honest, I was not going to be the same. There is no comparison. At the holiday season, I might see somebody post the most elaborate scene. And yes, one of my friends did it where it was like Elf on the Shelf and there was like hot chocolate with marshmallows and this whole explosion thing and whatever it was. And to be honest with you, like the first instinct that I had to actually get chills just thinking about it was like, man, my kids didn't get Elf on the Shelf. I just wasn't an Elf on the Shelf kind of mom because that commitment would have required a lot more energy. And to be honest, I just didn't have it at that time. And so when I released comparing myself to other moms, it really made a big difference because truly our children are going to thrive when we love them fully. We're accepting, we're conscious, we're present, and we are aligned with our purpose. Not I'm sacrificing, I'm not doing any things, but like when we're our best self, that's where our kids are going to thrive the most. And so we want to release comparison. So that's another thing that really creates a lot of guilt. The next thing I would say is just what the world expects of us. This idea that you need to be superwoman in order to be everything to everyone. I was dealing with a mom who had dementia while I had my kids in diapers, and there was a lot of pressure and responsibility on me. And so if I would have been trying to do it all, like I would have lost myself. And so part of what gets you out of guilt is prioritizing your physical and emotional well-being. And what I would tell you is a key ingredient to this is knowing where your human capacity for greatness is. Like, where am I going to show up great? Am I getting the sleep that I need? Am I hydrating? Is my nutrition on point? Am I getting enough time to connect with people that I like and love? And again, I love my kids, but I also needed adult time. There are a lot of things that we can do to make sure that we maintain this human capacity for greatness, because when we empty our cup to give to other people, they get a lot less. Where if we spend a little bit of time, and so what released some of my guilt was having transitions. So this was another great strategy that I used when I was driving home. I would turn on some music, not answer business calls for like the last 15 minutes of my commute, so that I could just get into this idea that I was going to transition from being the boss to being the mom. And another thing that I did when I came home was I took a bath every single day. And I told my kids, like, mom needs to wash her day off so that I can be fully present with you. And then I'd also turn my phone off because I wanted to make sure that I was wherever I was. I didn't want business or other things to be able to interfere with that. And so making that commitment to yourself releases a lot of that guilt as well. Now, why does this matter when it comes to leadership? If I'm feeling guilt, I'm going to be less likely to apply for the promotion. I'm going to be less likely to start a new company or be as confident as I would if I have radical self-acceptance. Like, I have had to accept the level of ambition that I have in my life. Like, nobody told me I needed a YouTube or to write books or to speak or, to start another company or any of these other things. Like, I just know, like, I have a natural level of ambition and purpose in my life that wants to make the world a better place. And so having that awareness releases a lot of that guilt, because this is just who I am. If I'm fighting who I am and I'm not really aligned, what's going to happen is we're going to start resenting the people that we believe are holding us back. And how that can translate a lot is into guilt, right? Is that we resent them, but it's going to show up as guilt in our own life. And it's going to steal, again, that presence. And so in order for women to really step into our power, we want to make sure that guilt doesn't come on the journey with you. And so I'm going to just speak to you very directly right now. Guilt is a choice. It's one of the lowest level vibrations of feeling that you can be in. Besides shame, it's one of the worst. Now, I love anger. Anger's great. Move it. Let it go and move forward. Guilt lingers and just, is kind of shows up as a regular visitor in your life. So knowing that it's a choice means that you can make a commitment today to live a guilt-free life. You can live a life where you're present wherever you are, have the self-awareness, and also the conversations with the people that you need to. I've had those conversations. Now my children are adults with like, hey, I'm sorry. I know there were opportunities that I could have been a better version of myself, but I wasn't. And if there's ever anything that you want to talk to me about, like, let's do it. But I'm not going to beat myself up every day that, I didn't pick up my kids, or there were certain things that were different about what I did. Like, I bought cookies at the store. I didn't bake them. There are a lot of differences, but I didn't see it as a sacrifice. I saw it as alignment in my own life. And so I would really invite you to live this way so that we can get to this place that guilt doesn't hold you back from making every desire and goal that you have come true. So if this resonated with you, drop a comment, share it with a friend, come back, subscribe. Just grateful that you spent the time with me today, and we'll see you on the next one.